Hi, my name is Jodi. Today I'm going to show you how I do my mock bookings. Everybody does their mock bookings differently. The way I do mine is I join Facebook groups from my local area. So I usually have my clients fly out of Philadelphia, sometimes out of Newark, and I join Facebook groups about 60 miles from the airport. So as far as joining Facebook groups, what we tell people is join 5 to 7 Facebook groups a day. And I started this a week after I started with Archer. So join 5 to 7 Facebook groups a day. You can do anything from yard sales, wedding groups, no rules groups, classifieds, moms groups, bulletin boards, all different types. And I hear from a lot of people that they cannot join groups. You can. Read the rules of each group. So each group is different. I have a lot where it says you can only post on Fridays. So every Friday they are on my calendar that I can post. Just follow the rules that they give you. But I have been able to post in so many different groups. So you definitely can find those groups. There are some that will not let you, and that's fine. Leave those groups and find other ones that you can. All right. So I almost always use Vax for my mock bookings, almost always. So the things that I use for mock bookings are Vax. I use Expedia, regular Expedia, and I'll explain later why. I use TripAdvisor, and I use the hotel's website. And I will go over all of that with you. So the first thing I do is I go into Vax Vacation Access, and I'm going to look up, I'm going to do advanced search. I price out a quote. Now I have to tell you, I just actually booked today for Valentine Imperial for a client. If you book for a client, turn that into a mock booking and you can share that into groups. So you can definitely just take exactly what you did and you've already done the work and you can share it into groups. I like to use FunJet. I always will price out travel impressions when I'm booking for a client. Travel impressions many times is more expensive. So I will usually go with FunJet, but if travel impressions is ever the same price, then I will use travel impressions. Their commissions are just a little bit higher. So I'm going to go to Philadelphia. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my JZW travel. Feel free to follow my page. All I ask is that you don't share my mock bookings, or that helps me, not you, and make your mock booking your own. Okay, so when I first started with Archer, I did mock bookings 2 to 3 times a week, but I shared them into groups every single day. I never took a day off, every single day. That is how most of my clientele has found me. So what happens if they check your mock bookings and they happen to go to your page and they like it on your page, you can go to Insights. You have to be as your business. You can go to Insights and it'll say, I'm sorry, not Insights. You can go to the number of people and you can invite them. Okay, so if I were on as my business, let me do that as my business right now. Let me go back. Sorry. Okay, so I did this one, and the reason I did this mock booking is because I booked it for a client, so it was already done. So I can go in, 4 people liked it, I can click on that, and if they weren't invited, I can invite them to like my page. And that's how a lot of people follow me. The goal of a mock booking is not necessarily to sell this trip. The goal of a mock booking is for people to start following your page and being interested in you as a travel agent. Many people are not going to want to book with you right away. They want to follow and make sure that you're legit because we are on the internet. Okay, so this is how I do all of my mock bookings. Every single one is the same. It's how I like to do mine. I always put what the cost is. I put what's included. If I can hold the booking, what you need a call to action for how they contact you, and always my disclaimers down here. I put it on Facebook, I put it on Instagram, LinkedIn, once in a blue moon, Twitter. Some people like to do flyers. I like to do photos, and I usually do 4 to 5 photos. Okay, this one I shared 10 times. I did not share it a lot. It did not have a great post impression. It was 880. My highest, I think, has been like 31,000. So I like to have something more towards the 5,000 to 10,000 mark if possible. But you will start to see, if you look at your impressions, you'll start, or your insights, you will start to see if something's doing well or if it's not doing well. And you have to build it up to do well as well. If I see it's not doing well, I will move on to a new mock booking. If I see the pricing goes up, I will move on to a new mock booking, but I will not delete the mock booking from my page. So how I know if it goes up or not is once I'm going to find where I want to go, I will end up saving the itinerary. I'll show you how, and then you can retrieve it up here and you can see if it went up in price. So every single time before I post it, I check if it went up in price. Okay, so I normally do what is most cost effective. I will normally do Mexico, Punta Cana, and Jamaica from Philadelphia. If you are on the West Coast, you might want to do Cabo, things like that. But I do Mexico, Punta Cana, and Philly. So I did Mexico last time. I am going to do, I guess I'll do Punta Cana. I do Punta Cana a lot. Let's do Punta Cana. I like to push it off a few months. So I'm going to do, and you have to know your, like around here is President's Day. So I'm going to end up doing the 25th of February. And I always try and do 5 nights. I have found that going on Sundays is sometimes cheaper. I always choose add travel protection, and I'm going to search. Now, I did not get this set for today. Normally, coming into a mock booking training, I sometimes have an idea where I want to book for. I did not today because I want you to actually see how it takes me, like how long it takes me. Sometimes it can take you a while. Once you have been posting them, you get to know the resorts. You, in the very beginning, I looked at TripAdvisor a lot, read reviews. I would listen on Q&As, what resorts people liked, things like that. Okay, so right now I'm going to change outbound flights. So I clicked on outbound flights and I'm going to go to nonstop. And I'm going to go, here's American. While I'm doing that, I want to look back because I want to see the last one I did for Punta Cana. So the good thing about doing so many mock bookings and getting clients is eventually you don't have to do mock bookings because most of your clientele are referrals and repeat clients. So looks like I did Cancun. I know I did a Punta Cana, but I just want to see where. Okay, maybe I haven't done one in a while. Okay, I've done Mexico, so that's good. Okay, so I'm going to change return flight as well. So NDC Fare Advisory, you can click on it when you are in VAX. It will explain it to you. If you book your trip with travel insurance with VAX, NDC Fare Advisory does not pertain. You are fine. If you book in Vacation Express with NDC Fare Advisory, I would only book it with cash back travel insurance, not the future travel credit, but only the cash back, because Vacation Express does theirs a little differently than VAX. All right, so now I've got my flights. I'm going to hit hotels. Okay. So I like to do 5-star. Oops, let me do 5-star. I almost always do it for adults only. I don't do with families often. However, you can do it with families. If you do with families, then what I tell people to do is to actually write. So when you're in, what I do for families is I would put, just say the whole trip was 6,500 for 2 adults and 2 children, ages 12 and under. The reason I do that is an all-inclusive 13 and up, they price them as an adult. So I always do 12 and under. And then what I do is price subject to change in availability and ages of children. So that's what I put down there if I'm doing it for a family. All right, so now I'm going to do, this goes by preferred. I'm going to do price lowest to highest. All right, who's writing on my thing? And I don't know how to stop that now. All right, so I'm just looking at these. This is where TripAdvisor comes in, where you can look at TripAdvisor. Live Aqua is one of my favorites. Secrets Royal Beach is another good one that we could use. This one is actually my favorite, but it prices high. So you don't want to price yourself too high, but this one is actually a good price for Live Aqua. And let's see here. Breathless is more of a party resort. You can do Breathless if you want. And I think, okay. So what I like to do where I say TripAdvisor is you're going to go on TripAdvisor. I'm going to see what the latest reviews of Breathless are. And I think they were renovating their rooms. It's a huge 750 suites. Yeah, they aren't the greatest reviews. So let's go back in. See, that's a big jump in price for if you're doing a mock booking. So let's see. Okay, let's do premium pool view, 1 king. Let's do Live Aqua, which I have done numerous times. But the great thing about booking with Live Aqua is once you enter in the rewards, you can, in the rewards program, which is now Fiesta Americana Travel Tea, I think, or something like that. It used to be La Colección. They will pay you money up front for your bookings, like cash. They will pay your commissions to Archer. The cash comes right to you. And then you can get some free nights. I'm going to 5 free nights at Live Aqua Cancun in March with my free nights. Okay, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to change this shared transportation. So I'm going to hit edit. I never do shared. The thing with shared is you can wait up to 25 minutes at the airport for other guests. And then you can possibly go up to 3 different resorts dropping people off. So I'm going to go and I'm going to look at, it's $108 for share transfers. It's $223 for private here. I don't need the private deluxe. I'm just going to do private. So I'm going to add that to the cart. And I'm going to remove share transportation. Okay, so it comes to $4402.82 for 5 nights. So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to save this itinerary right down here. Okay, so number 1, I'm going to save it. The next thing, since I already know about Live Aqua, I've been there myself. I'm actually going there for the 3rd time next month. I'm bringing some travel agents there. I'm going to pull it up for you. It's 5.0. It's excellent. You can't beat that when people are looking. They pull that up. So you're going to always have some negatives. That is one thing. It says needs more activities. It is a little bit of a quieter resort. Okay, so now I've got my amount. So it's 2201.41 per person or 4402.82 for a couple. So I like to do it per person based on double occupancy, unless it is like a couple's resort. So I never do it at the exact amount at 2201. So I'm going to put 2215 just to give me a little leeway if it does go up in price, just to give myself a little leeway. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to check email print itinerary right here. And I'm going to see how long I can hold the trip for. I can hold it for 1 day. Okay, you can tell because you see when the deposit is due, 1 day at no charge, and then it's a $909.98 per person or total. So that would be $455 per person for deposit. One other just tidbit, this has nothing to do with mock bookings, but when you are booking for a client, I never tell my client that the payment is due on the final day. I always say it's due a week prior. I always tell them a week prior because in case there's any issues with their payment. Okay, so now I'm going to go, and once you have something set up, you sort of can copy and paste it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go into Live Aqua, and I use the photos in either Live Aqua themselves. So you can go to Live Aqua Punta Cana. And you can look at their gallery. Oh, am I in English? Yeah, now I'm in English. Okay, and you can go to the 3 lines. Usually you can find a gallery. Sometimes they're in JPEG, sometimes they're not. Oh, that's a pretty cool picture. Let's see if you can save it. Yep, you can save that as a JPEG. So I try and find like 5 pictures that I can use. The one thing I want to point out is what I will use I won't ever use like a swim out room if their room isn't a swim out or something like that. So I'm going to use this one. I always like to do, if I can get the beach too. I do like to get the beach on there. Doesn't show. All right, let's do bedrooms. So their bedrooms are nice, but do they have one that I can actually take a photo of? All right, so I'm going to go into bedrooms here. I'm going to go into premium pool view and see if I can use their no photos. Oh, there. Okay, that's weird. They have the dog in there. All right, let's just do that. It doesn't show the bedroom. I want the bedroom to be shown. So let's see. Premium deluxe. I don't want a premium deluxe. I just want, all right, let's go into here. You can also go into management photos here. So you're going to click on this, the photo. You're going to go to gallery and you're going to do photos for management. That's the only ones that I would use. Where did that just go? It's not, doesn't want to open up for me. All right. All right, I'm not going to use the photos there. Okay, so let's see what else we have. Oh, there we go. Now, I think you have to pay for these, but it shows the beach, which is good. I like to usually do a restaurant. If there's a good one. I love the photos of these. Or a bar I like to use. How many photos did I just do? This is where I'm very, very picky, guys, because it really matters how it looks. So I've got 1, 2, I only have 3, so I want one more definitely. So I'll do, let's also look at management here, what management has. Oh, we can do this one too, because that, why is it not opening up for me? Let's do all. I want the one where it shows the beach. Okay. Save. And then the last one I will do is I will do a restaurant. I just have to figure out which restaurant. None of them look that cute. I'll just do this one. Okay. All right, so now I've already copied and pasted, copied, so now I'm gonna just go and paste. So I do everything in Meta Business Suite. If you have put your Instagram, attach your Instagram to your Facebook, if you've connected them, you can do it this way. I'm gonna hit Create Post. And I'm gonna click on this, and I'm gonna do for Instagram and Facebook. I'm gonna add my photos. I think I have too many here. We'll figure out what I have here. I always do a room last if I do a room. What do I have here? Oh, I just did the, okay. All right. So you need to make it all the same for Instagram. Okay. So I don't have them auto crop it. I like to do it myself. I also like to find the picture that sort of does it for me the most to be the first photo. Okay, so I don't know if that's the one. Let's move this, and you can sort of look and see how it's going to look for you. I can do. All right, I don't like this one. I don't like how this one looks. So I'm going to get rid of this. Okay, and I'm going to do it like that. I think I'm going to have the beach, the first one. All right, and then I'm going to post what I'm going to say. So I'm going to say 5 nights in Punta Cana. And it is, the price is going to be $22.15. Like I said, I do a little bit higher. So it's going to be $22.15. For 22 for per, okay, per person based on double occupancy. Because if they only want one person in a room, that's not going to work. The dates I used were February 25th to March 1st. And includes a pool view king room. What's great about this resort is that you can choose whether you do a king or 2 doubles. You can't always do that with a lot of resorts. And a 5-star adults only all-inclusive resort. So how do I know it's 5-star? This is what I look at. I don't know if it's true or not, but it says 5-star right here. 5-star hotel. That's what I sort of go by. Includes a pool view king room, nonstop flights from Philadelphia, and private hotel transfers, and cancel for any reason travel insurance. That is a huge plus, to cancel for any reason. Can hold the booking for 1 day at no charge, and then $4.55 per person due at booking. You got to give it a call to action. So we can just say Punta Cana. All right, can price different departure airports, number of travelers, hotel room and dates, price subject to change in availability. And then I just put, I know on Facebook, the hashtags don't totally work, but I have it for LinkedIn, not LinkedIn, Instagram. Okay, Dominican. I never say in my ad what the hotel is. However, if somebody asks me on the post, I will say it. Beach, couples, friend trip, friends. I should put friends trip. Girls trip, honeymoon, anniversary trip, getaway, travel agent, JZW travel. So just some things there. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like on Facebook. I just always read through it again. And then you sort of look. So if there's ever anything added, it would say it here. So certain rooms, it might have some extras added, then I would put that in there as well. This one does not have any extras. Then you can also look here and see what Instagram's going to look like. So I have posted this resort a bunch of times, but I've never posted it with this photo. So if you're looking at Instagram, they might not know that, oh, this has come up a bunch, because you'd have to swipe to see the other ones. All right. So I'm going to go and publish this, and then I'll look at any questions. Oops, I did not publish because I have stuff in the way. All right, publish. So you can schedule your mock bookings. I am not one to schedule mock bookings, and I'll tell you why. Because if I schedule it for tonight, and what if the price went up a lot, which has been known to happen, I won't schedule it. I will only post it when I have actually done the work. And before I go to questions, I'm going to now go back to my page. And I want to do this before I forget. Okay. So I'm going to copy this. I am now going to go into my LinkedIn. Okay. And I'm going to do it right here too. So I'm going to upload. I forget which one I didn't want. I think I didn't want this. Well, let's do, well, LinkedIn now, which is great. Oops, that's not what I want. You now can switch the order of the photos, which you never could before. So I'm going to go and I'm going to, can I delete this one? Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. So you can switch it. So I can switch it to the same order I had. I think I had this. Okay. And you can switch it, which is huge that you can now do this. I think I messed that up. Okay. So next, and I'm going to paste this plain text. I'm going to make it look good. So I'm going to add my little easy to read paragraphs, and I'm going to post there. There are places in LinkedIn that you can possibly join groups. I don't know if you can share on there. I don't share there. All right, so before I share into Facebook groups, let me see some questions. Okay, so Kaylee, I'm not going to answer that because yes, Vax is my preferred vendor. I'm not going to answer the next question because that is a Q&A question, not a mock booking question. Okay, so yeah, my questions I'm only going to answer are relating to mock bookings. Any other questions, if it's not related to a mock booking, feel free to jump on a Q&A or ask your mentor or something like that. Yes, so Candace, every day I would join 5 to 7 Facebook groups. I have a spreadsheet where I have all my group names, and actually I can put in the chat. I have a document with all my links. And in it, it's a copy of my group spreadsheet. if I can find. There's that with my, yes, you can do mock bookings on cruises. I don't do that many with cruises, but I would put like starting at, and that's where I actually sometimes do a flyer, but you can do starting at because people might want an inside cabin, might want a balcony, things like that. Yes, Candace, you should definitely post on your Facebook before you start posting. You should, yeah, definitely should do that. Oops. Okay. Where am I going? All right. So now I've joined groups. Okay. So I'm going to go in and I actually keep record of the date I posted, what I posted, and how many followers, and if there are any rules. So I like to sort of go in order. So I'm going to do Boyertown area yard sale page. So for me, I like to copy and share it into the group and share everything. And the reason I do that is because when they share it, sometimes all your information is at the bottom, so they don't read it. So if at least post something. If you don't want to post everything that you just typed, at least post something to get them to look. So a great thing for moms groups, which I've done, is I've shared my mock booking and it's an adults only getaway. And I say, who needs a trip without their kids? And that gets a lot of people talking. So you go down here, you have to be as yourself. So when you join Facebook groups, join as yourself. The reason being, a lot of groups don't let businesses join. Okay, so you join as yourself. So when you go to share from your business page, you're going to share as yourself. I know that's the most confusing thing, but once you post it on your business page, go in as yourself to your business page, and you can tell what you are by up here in the corner, and you're going to share it. So I'm going to hit share to a group. I have a couple Boyertown area yard sale page. Yard sale page. And here I'm just going to copy and paste it. And I'm going to go and do the paragraphs again. Okay, so here I'm going to put in, what's the date of today? 16. So I do afternoon 1. I'm going to do Punta Cana. And then I put what it is. So because you want, if a client contacts you and says Punta Cana, you want to know what they're talking about. So I put what it is. All right, so then Nottingham, I'm going to show you how quick it goes to do 5 of them. Oops. All right, then Oxford and West Grove. You used to be able to choose 5 at a time, and they don't do that anymore. So you got to do it one by one. I only share into 5 groups. Don't share more because you don't want to end up in Facebook jail. So I only do 5 groups at a time. The other thing is never put alcohol on your mock bookings because they will, Facebook will come after you. So I put like an emoji of a champagne or possibly wine or something if something's included and it says about alcohol. The reason, like for me, since I did that and I was caught, they said I can no longer boost posts. And by doing around my local area, and like I said, people are different. Some people like to do all over the country. I've gotten a following of people around my local area who now know me. I also get reviews from my clients. So like the one today that I just booked to Valentine, they found me via Google. So all right, I'm going to do my 5th one. So if you want to get free night stays at places, maybe do a lot of dreams and secrets and post a lot of those, because then you can enter them if you book into the rewards programs, which you can get free nights. All right, so now what I do is I want to make sure it got posted. So what I do is I refresh my page, and I'm going to go into my 5 shares. If it is black, it was posted. If it's grayed out, it was pending. So like that's pending. Okay, so this is what I do. I will go and open all of these. This you don't need to do. This is just what I do. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in and I'm going to say, where's my last one I did? Chester County. Oh, wait, I didn't put this in 10, 16. Okay, so Conchie area. Did I not pull up Conchie? Okay, so 16,100 people. That's in this group. I like to keep track of how many in a group, because sometimes if I want to target it to certain people, I'll know. So that's Conchie. This is 13,200. Okay, Oxford. This is 14,900. Now this one, Nottingham. So this was pending. So it's 17,000, but what I do here is I want to make sure they posted my last one. So I hit the search bar, I pull up my name. And yes, they do post my post. They just have to, it's just pending until they see it. If I see that they didn't post mine, I will go and leave the Facebook group. Okay, and then this one is 38,000. All right, so I just shared it to 5, 60, 70, and about 100,000 people are in those groups that I just shared to. Okay. All right. Let me go back to. No, I don't. That link is not for my actual groups I'm in. Yeah, you fill in your own. Okay, I answered that. So that is a Q&A question, but I will answer it, Alyssa. So cancel for any reason. It depends on the vendor, whether once it's paid in full, whether you get your commissions or not. So that's dependent on the vendor. And how can you hold the booking for one day? So if somebody wants to book it and it says that the deposit's due the next day, you put in all their information minus the credit card and you go and book it. You go and check out. And that's how you can hold the booking. So boosting posts, what does it mean? That you can do basically ads. So when I first started, I would pay $5 for 4 days and I would boost the posts and it would share it to areas that I wanted. And that's how other people find you as well. It's like you'll sometimes see on Facebook sponsored ads. That's what it is. What are you doing when the admin group leaves your post, impending post without publish for a week or more? So Syria, if I go back into it next time I go and book, so just say Nottingham, where I just went to post again. If I see that my last one was pending, I leave the group. I just leave. It should say copy of groups, Kaylee, on that link, copy of group spreadsheet. Yes, I am recording it, Amber. I don't go and wait to see if an admin approved it. Just the next time that I go to post, I look and see if it was posted last time. Yes, Alyssa, I already shared it. If you scroll up, I shared my URL, my tiny URL spreadsheet link. On average, how many bookings? So Tammy, again, what I said in the beginning is this is not so much about that you're going to get bookings, this exact mock booking. You're going to get people interested in your business. So it's marketing. So a lot of times, you might have a mock booking where you don't get anybody who's going to book with you. But then I had a client who contacted me and said, I've been following your page for 3 months and I want to book with you. I wanted to make sure you're legit. So it's about building up clientele who are following you. I don't, Candace, post my mock bookings to my Google page, but a lot of people do. But I just personally don't. Nothing wrong with it. I'm good enough with just Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Okay, so what if you post a mock booking and like a week or two later, they want to book it and the price change? That's fine, because on your mock booking, you have price subject to change and availability. So if they reached out to you, you would say, okay, great, let me get you the quote as of today. So it's not a problem whatsoever. And actually, I want to show you one other thing. So when you go into Vax, and I'm going to hit retrieve saved itinerary. So just say I want to post this again tonight. I have live Aqua Punta Cana mock booking. I'm going to hit go. With NDC fare advisory, it's always going to say the flights are not available. All you have to do is re-choose the flights. Watch, it won't say that now because I said that. Okay, so selected flights are not available. And it says one of the selections you have made has been removed. It says that all the time. I don't really understand why, but usually nothing is removed. So you just want to go down and make sure your insurance is still there, your car is still there, all of that. So what you want to do, it might say that the pricing is different in red, but here I'm just going to change the flight. I'm going to choose it all over again. And that has to do with this NDC fare advisory. Okay, so I'm going to choose it again. I never, ever, ever, ever choose basic economy. Never choose basic economy flights. I never choose non-refundable, anything like that. So right here, I just pulled it up again. It's the same price. So that's basically what you want to do every time before you post a mock booking. So tonight you want to do it. Tomorrow morning you want to do that. And then if it goes up in price, just stop posting it. Leave it on your page, but stop posting it. Do a new one. Tiny URL is free. I don't pay for that. Copy, is that what we can use for? No, it should say in there. It's not copy a quote template. It should say, pull up my. I can pull up, if I can find what I just gave to you. So in here, it should say copy of group spreadsheet. That's, so I'm not giving you the groups, but I'm just telling you what my headers are. So I do group name, date last posted, what posted, number of followers. What I actually do in this field is I will put an X if I know they posted it and no X if they have not posted it. So like Nottingham, they are pending, so they don't post it. But everybody with an X, they post right away. So that's just what I do. You can make it your own, the group spreadsheet, do whatever you want. This is just, a lot of people used to ask me for that. And so that's what I get. No, so I don't post the same trip multiple times on my page. I post it one time on my page. I share it into different Facebook groups. Okay. NDC is, I don't even remember what it stands for, but it's something with the airlines that have started just recently. When you go into Vax, if you go into NDC Fare Advisory, you can actually click on it and it'll give you information on it. Okay. Elisa, I already answered that one. You asked that twice. So I already answered that. I post the same trip in different groups until either the price goes up, I look at the insights, and if I see that it's not doing well, I will post a new mock booking, or just usually every 2 to 3 days I try and do. When I was doing this religiously, I would try and do that. In your mock booking, you post your actual number. What type of my phone number are you talking about? Yeah. I mean, they have to contact me if they're, so I have a Google Voice number. So yes, I have that number in there. Guys, the main thing is, as I tell all my agents, is consistency. You have to be consistent. If you're going to post a mock booking once 2 weeks ago, you share it into 2 groups, and then you're like, I have no clients, you're not going to get the clients. You have to remember too, this is a business opportunity. You have to build up your business. So you want to go and you want to post these and keep them, keep doing this, be consistent about it. I started this 2 months before COVID shut the world down, but I kept with the mock bookings, and I did book in 2020 when most people weren't traveling. I still booked because people were seeing my mock bookings. So you have to be consistent. People will start following your page. People will be interested. Again, I want to point out that when somebody likes your post, you have to be as your business. You have to be in Google as your business. And if somebody likes the post, okay, look, somebody liked the post. Let's click on it. She's already been invited. So you want to invite people who like your post. Okay. Google Voice is a way to get a phone number for free. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So that just took me, with teaching you, 50 minutes. When I first started, mock bookings would take me an hour to an hour and a half because you need to check TripAdvisor. You need to read reviews. You need to familiarize yourself with the resorts. That's why going on fam trips or doing site visits is so important, because you get to see these resorts firsthand. So now I know a lot of the resorts that I want to post for, but in the beginning I did a lot with TripAdvisor. I played around with Google flights to see from my, and here I'll show you one last thing, to see from my area where you could go and fly nonstop. So if you are able to fly nonstop, that really helps. So let's just put Philadelphia. Let's put, I'm going to do the 25th through March 1st. Let's just do that. And let's do Explore. Okay, so when you do Explore, go to stops and do nonstop. Okay, so it's going to show me where I can go nonstop from Philly. It should show me. Why is it not show? Oh, there we go. So you can go to Cancun. I know I just saw Montego Bay. I don't know why Punta Cana is not showing, because I know I can. Aruba, Punta Cana. So you can do it from your area and see where you can fly nonstop. Okay, so that really helped me too. TripAdvisor helped. Reading reviews definitely helped. If I would read chats all the time. If your team has a chat, I would always read chats because I learned from that as well. So let's see what, no, you don't need an Instagram for mock bookings. But it's great. I mean, I honestly, I don't think I get any clientele from Instagram, to be quite honest. But I still have it on there. It's still a great thing to have. Do you prefer VAX? Yes, that's what I said in the beginning. I do VAX for almost all of my mock bookings. All right, I'm going to stop the recording, guys. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope this helped.